talk about my diagnosis. When was it? How did I take it? How did I perceive it? I'll do my best to remember back then. I actually wrote down something over here on the board. Uh, Take it over there. But I want to dive into the subject and fully embrace the subject and fully embrace who I am. And I really hope that you take this journey with me. Um, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it all out there. Um, I first had the inclination to do this a few days ago, to probably 5 days ago, like right after I posted that video talking about it. And I definitely have been staring into space, thinking in my own head about how to say it and why to say it and the perfect responses to it. But I want to give you the most raw version of it that I can. No script, no whatever, just getting in to the topic. And yeah, I'm scared. And I'll tell you what, I am scared that people, once they see the true me for the inside, they're just going to disappear. Um, because that tends to happen a lot when people truly peek behind the curtain. They don't want it, and I guess if they don't want to be there, that's whatever. There's other fears that I've always had as far as this. I mean, with me talking and being so honest, open, it provides a tool for somebody who wants to take advantage of it and can really screw me. I guess this is overthinking, but this is how I've always seen it. Once you admit it, people tend to look at you different. Um, they don't know what you're going to do. They don't know what to expect. They feel like they got to walk around on eggshells. Because even though they knew you beforehand, once you start putting it into concrete terms, everything changes. The perception changes. And yeah, not only that, I've always had the fear that, when you're in a relationship, if it comes up, it's always an easy out. Like, he's acting crazy, blah, blah, blah. There's this. It's always an easy, accessible excuse. And once you look at somebody who deals with a certain thing, then all of a sudden your perception then changes, and it can be skewed to anybody who is not deemed that is deemed a regular person, I guess you could say, whatever that means. Um, when I was first diagnosed, it was at such a time that happened after Columbine, like a few years, and people, they said that mental illness, so automatically there's this association between people who have done horrific acts and people who are just trying to survive day to day and make the best of this. And this is a subject that is hard to talk about, and I don't know how to necessarily talk about it, but I'm going to give it my best. And so, like I said, I'm going to look over at this board real quick. So here's what I have written down for the different things I'm going to try and do. Obviously, I've just given a little bit of an introduction. I continue. Talk about the diagnosis. I'm going to dive more into the fears about it. I want to talk about medication and my experience with it and why I'm not on it right now, and just kind of dive into that. Let's see what else I have written down. Feelings, and not only just feelings of perception going in and perceptions going out. I want to try and break down actually what it feels like to me, and go through that though to bring in kind of words to bring a feeling, so that there's that so that there's that different understanding, because we could talk about it, and we could say that for example, for someone who's bipolar, you can go from hot to cold, but there's a reason why it happens. There's analytical reasons, but I want to also talk about like how it actually makes me feel and the inclinations that I have based on what I'm feeling, that are derived from thoughts and or waves of emotion. I also want to talk about platitudes, how people respond to it, um, and how I've perceived it, and see if there's a way in which we are able to proceed with this without, and take this to the different level. Let's see, what else do I have? Um, how I feel like is it affected my connection with other people and how I socialize with people in the world. I also want to talk about my other things like suicidal tendencies. So that's a big one, and that's a conversation that's going to take a little bit. Um, so that's just kind of the ideas that I have. So that I've just written down that I'm going to try and run with. But I'm really going to get into this subject. Um, and I hope you take this journey with me. And if there's any questions that you have, um, please, you can either DM me and we can, talk about that. Maybe you know somebody and there's just questions you want to have for clarity, or anything else. I've also made my profile public, so that way, if you also know anybody else who might want to join the discussion, please pass along my handle. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Just time to be open, and it's time to throw this out there, and it's time to stop dancing around what have allowed to scare me and hold me back for so long. I mean, myself, yes, but this has been the topic that I feel like is holding me back. So it's time to just dive in there, and we're going to see what's going to happen. But thanks for letting me ramble for, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. I felt like if I didn't get it out, I was probably going to get it out. I've been staring at this all morning, looking for the right words, and then finally I just got up here and said, fuck it, let's do it. So guess what? Fuck it. We're going to do it.